need the whole left side. Every seat by the window, I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too, slide your feet over. Everything by this window, I need this. All these seats. Move over, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Look. He deserve a EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the G. Good morning, gang. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Listen. I am disappointed, gang. How y'all doing on this Friday morning? Episode 5. How are we looking, gang? How we doing? I hope everybody had their coffee, their shower, their time with their families. What's good, gang? I'm just gonna be honest. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed on this Friday morning, gang. I'm 100% thrown aback. What's good with the chat, man? Jamal, what's good? I am thrown aback. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. OGT Bella, what's going on? Tiff. We got a lot to discuss. It's disappointing today, gang. Sharon, what's going on? Ashley, positivity. We just gonna be here, man. Jams for life, right? Jam ski, right? Reminds me of Jamal Ski from back in the day, back with BDP. Man. Tom, what's going on? Coach. Oh my God. Oh my God, gang. What are we doing? What's going on? It's so much. Couch Potato, what's going on? Miss Hummus, man, listen. Gang, I'm kind of disappointed in the human race. You got Waka Flocka over here, and he been a Trump guy, but he's back at it again on Fox News of all places, saying he picks Trump 100% over Harris. We're gonna get to that. Akademiks openly admitting he could be bought. Jay-Z camp could have paid him in Akademiks TV, and they would have rolled for him. This is what Akademiks literally said. I don't think he's been crashing out for a week straight over this Jay-Z freestyle. He's been every single day. And some of his biggest clips of the year have happened right now over this Jay-Z freestyle. He's been crashing out for at least, I want to say, it's got to be 6 days now, 6, 7 days. About 5, 6, 7 days, 6, 7, right? So he's basically admitted to a whole lot of nonsense and felonious behavior that had Jay-Z bought him, he would have sicked on who? I'm trying to figure out who he would have sick Akademiks TV on the Grand Wizard chat N-word. He would have sicked him on Jay's enemy, so he could be bought. And we got some other stuff to get to, gang. GNX just went triple platinum with physical sales. We're gonna talk about Kendrick. I got a clip from your boy EQ, EQ TV. We're gonna get into that. I want to play that just so we can know what's going on. But congratulations to K Dot. He just broke triple platinum status with GNX, and we're gonna get to that, gang. But good morning, gang. I'm disappointed in all these people. It's like, gang, they're choosing sides, and the sides are awful, right? They're choosing some awful stuff, gang. Let's just be honest. I want to talk about it. First of all, how y'all doing? Episode 5. This is the first show before the weekend. And I might not be here on Monday. I don't know yet. I got some vacation stuff going on. I might pre-record some. Who knows? But it's that time of year where vacations and things start happening. People start going to the beach, down by the beach, right? So we're going to see what happens, gang. Toy, what's good? Listen, man, I want to talk about some things, right? I want to talk about some things. Miss B, that is me. Miss B said Waka and his mom Deb are both supporters. We got to talk about why, though. Why are these people going Trump and MAGA? And it's been an ongoing thing, but it's like they're not watching. They're not paying attention to what's going on, gang. But let me read this. This is a, of all things, right? Of all things, this is a Fox News report, of all things, right? So of course they're gonna jump on it and make it into more than what it is, right? We all know Waka Flocka ain't that bright. We all know that. We've been knew that. Waka Flocka showed you that on the TV show, right? He showed you that on Love and Hip Hop. So we not under no under no illusions that Waka Flocka is following politics. But this is what happens when somebody who isn't that tapped into what's going on opens their mouth on what's going on, right? And he gets his voice used. But he doesn't care. He gets his voice used for political fodder. And now it's another, yet another rapper, black rapper at that, coming out in support of a guy openly trying to erase everything we got going on. Gang, there's so many stats. There are even memes out here showing you, they're like, the unemployment for blacks is atrocious right now. But they don't care about that, right? They're erasing one of the most beautiful museums. They keep trying to deny it, but one of the most beautiful museums I've ever set foot in. If I was ever going to cry in a museum, it would have been the African American Museum. And I know most of the people that's gone there have cried, right? But this administration is slowly picking things and taking things out of that museum. They're kicking off the names of the veterans off the website and trying to separate and trying to make it like it's not about black and white. Well, these are African Americans who weren't allowed to be in certain situations with white people. They were literally separate units because they were black. And now they want to make it like those units didn't exist. Gang, it's a lot going on with this administration. Waka Flocka is not paying attention, but he doesn't care, right? He doesn't care because he's a dumb rapper that just raps and gets money. But his whole thing is he doesn't vote. But he has an article. I want to get to this article, right? And salute to my chat, right? I got a chat with all my people from DC. We got a chat together. And they the one that put this story in the chat. My DC chat is super political, gang. I don't talk about every day with some political stuff in this chat, right? So they put this in the chat. And I said, you know what? You just gave me my story for the morning show. And Waka Flocka, he went to Tommy Lawrence's show, right? I'm like, gang, I can't even make this. I wish I was making this stuff up. But nope, he went to Tommy Lawrence's show and decided to say a few things. Let me read the article, right? Waka Flocka flame picks Trump over Kamala Harris. I always say Kamala, but it's Kamala Harris, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm saying that right. He compares the choice to Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James. All right, gang, you following me so far? This is where we are with Waka Flocka on Tommy Lawrence's show of all places and people, right? So it goes like this. President Trump's flock of supporters features one very famous rapper, Waka Flocka Flame. For millennials who spent the 2000s to the 2010s blasting no hands, Waka Flocka is a rap legend. As the first ever rapper to guest on Outkick's Tommy Lauren is Fearless, Flocka kept it 100% real with Tommy in a no-holds-barred interview. Before discussing Trump, Lauren asked Waka about the backlash some artists face for expressing conservative views. And it's not just conservative views, it's views about Trump. People have been conservatives before Trump came along. We've had black conservatives, black Republicans before Trump. So it's not just about being conservative or being conservative. We used to coexist. It wasn't a thing where you automatically, you looked at them sideways and you questioned some of their stances on things. Let's just be honest. But you weren't ostracized for just being a black conservative. Okay? It's when you openly support this guy whose administration is fascist, is racist in a lot of ways, and it is anti a lot of things we stand for in hip hop and black culture. And when you openly support it, then you get a problem. So it's not just it's not just about conservative views. But let me continue. Quote, you think the way they turned on Nicki Minaj, I guess she came out. She did some things with President Trump. She supports the president, Lauren said. Her main thing that got her into it is supporting the Christians in Nigeria who were being murdered and slaughtered, and that kind of got her into it. She did a couple of events. She introduced the president, and then it seemed like, well, at least Jay-Z now and then others, they want her canceled. So this is Tomi Lahren talking, right? It's Tomi Lahren talking. She's gearing this guy up who clear, he doesn't know nothing of this. He don't know none of this, right? He don't know that the thing in Nigeria has been debunked as something else, right? Not getting into that, but it ain't what Nicki was told, okay? It ain't everything Nicki was told. It wasn't cut and dry like that, okay? Let me leave it at that. Nicki Minaj in the genre has been a huge influence on female rappers. And they used to hate her, right? I don't know if you know of the conservatives. The conservatives, that she was the #1. This is what's wrong with rap and black people. They used to come at Nicki Minaj. Now she's their fave, right? Okay. But let me keep this pushing. Lahren then asked Waka about Trump. And this is Waka's response. This is why he's on Fox News early or whatever. That's why we're talking about him. He goes, I support him over Kamala Harris 100%. Why is that? Because of her. He put a curse word. Then he goes, she's better in my opinion. Waka declared before he said he's better in my opinion. Waka declared before comparing it to Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James. Quote, just like I supported Kobe Bryant over LeBron because hey, Kobe Bryant's a better basketball player than me, but LeBron's the best right now. That's just what it is. Wait, what? Kobe's a better basketball player to me, but LeBron the best that is right now. That's just what it is. I guess so. I don't know. However, Waka quickly clarified that his endorsement doesn't mean he's drinking the political Kool-Aid. But Waka, you are going to be your comments are going to be used as if you are drinking the political Kool-Aid. It's political, okay? Now, when people use the word support, that means you stand for everything that one can stand for, and that ain't what it is. So then Tomi goes, so you didn't vote for Donald Trump? She asked with a question. He goes, I never vote for nobody. Never in my life voted, Waka shot back. Where I'm from, we call it the hood, the trenches, the ghetto. Votes don't matter for people like us. They never did and never will. And this is what we're fighting against, gang. This is a guy up here saying he supports Trump, openly saying he supports Trump, and then goes on to say he never votes, never will. And because our vote don't matter, this is why we are here, gang. This is why we're in trouble. This is why the culture is in trouble. This is why hip-hop is in trouble. A guy this popular being used for fodder on Fox News is telling people he doesn't vote, never will. But he's giving his political opinion anyway. And this is why we have the issues we got. Okay? Waka Flocka is literally telling this lady, right, that he doesn't vote, never will. Okay? But he's up there on her podcast saying he supports Trump, and that's what it is, gang. I can't make this up. This is what it is. Let me continue. The only thing I learned from Trump is how to delegate my capital and how to structure my business, the rapper admitted. You sure you learned that from Trump or you learned that from somebody else? When Lahren asked, you weren't a fan of Kamala, though? Waka didn't hesitate. Hell no, he responded. Waka also discussed preparing to welcome his first biological son and the responsibility that comes with fatherhood. The gravity of the situation isn't lost on the rap star, though. He's taking it one day at a time. So, yeah. Gang, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Let me get to the super chat. Salute to him Alon one. I'll figure it out later. Him Alon one, appreciate you with the super chat. Good morning from LA. I appreciate you, LA in the building. Thank you. Let me see if we missed anybody else. There's a whole lot of comments in here that I was talking about this nonsense with Flocka, right? And at the end of the day, right? I'm not telling people who to vote for. I'm just telling people, for one, I vote. And the nonsense that you shouldn't vote because your vote don't matter, that's old school thinking that got us in the trouble that we're in, right? And a lot of times, right, I just got to keep it a buck. A lot of the old school thinking is why we are where we are with this administration in power, to do the things to erase us and undermine us and demean us and put the people in places where they shouldn't be. We got people in a lot of positions of power, Secretary of War and all this, that, and the third, who shouldn't be in those positions because of their past and their views and their qualifications. They're slapping people in positions of power that they're not qualified to be there, right? They launched a whole attack on things that we hold dear, things that we've went to court and fought for. They've turned them around and made DEI a dirty word and a whole lot of other things, right? So we're getting to a point where we are seeing the fallout of when ignorance can be in place of people who actually think about what they say. And this right here, Waka Flocka is the embodiment of when someone doesn't understand the political or the geopolitical politics, the structure and what's going on around them. They lock in on, oh, I'm going to get money with this guy. They lock in on that. They don't realize that guy's going to get money for himself. He's not getting anything for you. And he's getting money for the wealthy, the 1%, right? The people that's above you and always will be. That's who that guy is in office for, not you, my guy. It's all about numbers, and it ain't in your favor. You may got a little bit of money, and you may feel like you're getting your taxes. It's a little better for you right now. Long run, it ain't going to be for you. You're not in that top percent that they're trying to gravitate those funds to. A lot of programs are getting stopped. A lot of things are being done to cause chaos, so more things could be militarized, and it's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on from the top. So, end of the day, I'm not going to be here, right? And salute to the super chat. Jets Soul said, with what the Supreme Court just did to the Voting Rights Acts, he's not really wrong. It's a lot. Well, I'm not getting all that today, but I don't know if you're saying he's not wrong in his stance of where he's at. What I'm saying is this: what they did to the voting rights. Are you talking about Waka Flocka's not wrong, or me? I don't know which one you're talking about. But end of the day, Waka Flocka 100% is wrong by saying he doesn't vote, because that permeates our community and other people don't vote, and that's how we don't have political power, right? That's how some other I want to say, for lack of a better word, races and organizations have political power, and they will sit down and meet demands of them. They won't meet our demands because we're too divided and we don't stand on business. Okay, and our party is still a little behind, and we still haven't figured out how to troll correctly. We can't even do that right. We're still going high while they go low. We got to figure something else out, right? And it ain't making the white people put dashikis on and kneel down and apologize to black people. It ain't stuff like that either. Those theatrics were ridiculous. So it's a lot we got to change and figure out on our end. Okay, we got to change some things, and some of this stuff is not working, right? And I'm not going to go too much further on this. The Alchemist 9131, 2016 vote was critical. Now Supreme Court is anti-black for the next 40 years. There's a lot going on, gang. And for a guy to get up here and endorse a guy that he doesn't know much about, he claims he doesn't believe in everything that he supports, and he claims that he doesn't vote. That's a guy we need to watch out for. He has too much power to stand up there and say some nonsense. Okay. I'm not even clicking this guy because I'm not feeding into this guy. This is the thing, gang. This is the thing. I'm barely touching it, and the guy's telling me educate yourself. And the thing, and you speak on the subjects, you're a little off, and this is the problem: misinformation. I haven't said anything. I purposely didn't. I want to highlight this because I purposely skirted around shit. I haven't said any misinformation, except that black people need to vote. I don't know what you're talking about, my guy. But this is the shit I'm talking about. This is why I'm not even saying anything. But this is what I'm talking about. So this is probably a black conservative, probably pro-Trump guy, and telling me that I need to educate myself. So I guess I need to educate myself on why Trump is good. This is the only thing I'm taking from this comment. I'm just going to be honest. It can't be nothing else, but this is a pro-Trump guy. I haven't said nothing, gang. I said a lot of surface level shit, but I need to educate myself. I haven't said nothing but black people need to vote. That's all I said. I really haven't said much. But this is what they do. They get in, and the slightest thing of you're anti-Trump, then they got to educate you. Don't educate me. Keep that shit. If I got to educate myself to like and be supporting Trump, then you might as well forget it, because I'm not doing that. That's the problem. I'm way too educated to get into that. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not sitting here doing a whole lot of political talk. But you're not going to sit here and tell me I need to educate myself on Donald Trump. That's what we're talking about. I haven't said nothing. I really haven't said purposely. Okay? So we're not doing that. Just so you know. All right? Let me get to the super chat. $1.99. I appreciate you on the super chat, Walter. Thank you so much. It says super chat. It's Drake, Nicki, Flocka, etc. Token tricks. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? So end of the day, what we're not going to do is carry on this much. I wasted too much time on this as is, okay? In the end of the day, and this is why when you get into this stuff, it gets a little wonky, right? It gets a little wonky, because then you get somebody coming in and they want to start this conversation about gang. Like, we're never having no pro-Trump conversation here. I don't need to be convinced. I don't need anybody telling me anything. I'm just gonna be honest. It ain't even this ain't the place to have the conversation. You might as well go over to Tommy Lauren page or somebody else. It ain't happening here ever. I'm just gonna be honest. It ain't happening ever, right? It ain't happening ever. Oh, he said you should educate yourself instead of the standard talking points, gang. We're done here. Just so you know, we're done here. It's not gonna happen, gang. It ain't gonna happen. Okay. When you start saying shit like standard talking points, then here we go. So then when you go down that road, he's gonna start trying to tell you why up is down and down is up and all this shit. And then it's gonna turn into how Trump is so great for us. This is the kind of shit we don't even start to acknowledge it, gang. Okay. So at this point, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Matter of fact, yeah, this is the shit we're talking about right here, right? And we're just gonna move forward, gang. We're just gonna move forward. Let's just move forward, right? Let's time this out. Let's time this out. They asking for it in the chat, and we're gonna time this out. All right. So we're not getting into this. Okay. End of the day, this is what it is. This is what it is, gang. This is what it is. This is when you talk this stuff, they come and they try to gang, we're not going to make this, we're not going to have a healthy conversation about this administration. It ain't going to happen. We understand what's going on. We don't need you. We don't need you in here trying to convince anyone. Changing hearts and minds don't work like that. We already know. I'm not sitting here going back and forth with a guy like this. Not doing it, gang. I'm not even wasting my time and yours. Okay? So if you're going to educate me on Trump, I'm just going to move forward, right? We're done here with this conversation. Don't work like that, okay? End of the day, let's move forward, gang. All right? What else is going on in this? They're still spiraling over this Jay-Z situation, and we're going to get the K-Dot's GNX going triple platinum, but they're spiraling back, gang. It's to the point where it's becoming apparent that they cannot handle the situation with the freestyle. Jay-Z did a freestyle, and somehow, some way, these guys have lost their everlasting mind. And I want to show yet another clip of Akademiks still talking about this, but what he did, to me, in my opinion, what Akademiks ended up doing was showing his true colors, right? He showed us that he can be bought. And I want to talk about this because I've been going on a rant about the media. I've been going on a rant about what we're considering hip-hop media to consist of. And with that being said, Akademiks is considered hip-hop media. He considered the #1 hip-hop media according to Complex News, right? And he put up a post, right? he put up a post. He put it up and he went live, and they kind of repeated it. So CY Sales on, I'm looking it up right now. I'm putting it up so you guys can see it. But CY Sales posted this. It's only a few minutes. But to me, it shows everything wrong with Akademiks being considered hip hop media. Complex said that Akademiks was the #1 hip hop media platform, and I think Joe Budden's #2. I think Charlemagne's #3. So I want to actually show this clip, because if you're claiming that he's #1 media and he's openly admitting if you pay him, he will work for you and slander others. This is what he's saying on this clip. So I want you guys to see this clip, because I'm fascinated with a so-called media guy openly saying that he can be bought. All right. Let me get this clip together. Let me make sure I didn't drop. Let me make sure I didn't drop. It looks like I might. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. So here's the clip right here, right? I know it's a little early to be listening to Akademiks. I get it. I get it, gang. I know. But I want to make a point here that we got a guy that's considered to be hip hop media, and he's really openly telling you, him and the Grand Wizard chat N-word, right? The guy who runs his news page, the DJ Akademiks. DJ Akademiks doesn't run Akademiks TV. Akademiks TV is a scourge on social media and hip hop. This guy openly, Asian guy, his name is Stephen Nguyen. He's in lawsuits with Akademiks and Drake over the steak scandal, because they promote steak. They openly promote for steak. They pretend to gamble and lose and win with their own money, when in fact they don't lose any money. They gamble, allegedly gamble with the house money. Drake, Akademiks, Aiden Ross, all of these guys that you see gambling on steak and promoting steak on their streams, they openly gamble with money that is not theirs to lose. They get paid to gamble. That is not that is not legal in a lot of places. And so they've opened some open cases, some civil lawsuits on RICOs on Akademiks, Drake, and Stephen Nguyen, and the owner of Steak. Stephen Nguyen is now tied into this, but that shows you the type of people you're dealing with. It is a like Jay-Z say, a deeper, darker criminal link. It's a whole RICO thing going on. They're linking them to a lot of things, money laundering and this, that, and the third, botting and botting schemes. So this is what the kind of people you're dealing with, who will do anything for money. Akademiks finally got roped into this Steak, what I call a pyramid scheme of Drake bringing people in, getting them to gamble, and that money goes back to Drake. Okay, so end of the day, Akademiks is now in a pyramid scheme, and he's been named in this lawsuit as well. Okay, it's 2 lawsuits that they got going on. So Akademiks TV is a scourge. It has been slandering Kendrick and others for at least 2 years now. Drake has 100% been linked to Akademiks TV because a screenshot came out. Well, it was a screen recording of their back and forth for at least a year. So they absolutely are in contact. Drake does influence Akademiks TV, if not outright tells them what to put in there, and they say some really heinous things about people. I am actually currently blocked from Akademiks TV because I'm always calling them on their bullshit, and they got tired of that. So they actually blocked me from being able to write anything on their stuff. So I'm giving you a breakdown of what's going on now. Akademiks, this clip is going to show you that Akademiks is saying, yes, we are grimy when we do this social media stuff. Akademiks TV 100% is out to hit people. They went and hit up Lil Baby. They hit up Jay-Z after the freestyle. They've been hitting Jay-Z for at least 5-6 days straight. They hit up Charlemagne when Charlemagne told Akademiks, there are people trying to get you. Be careful. Akademiks said, well, what people? Charlemagne wouldn't tell Akademiks what people. So Akademiks said, if you're not going to tell me, then you're the enemy too. And he commissioned Akademiks TV to outright start attacking Charlemagne, and that's exactly what they did. That's why you've been seeing this influx of old Charlemagne clips. Charlemagne saying this, Charlemagne saying that, Charlemagne had to go to court, this, that, and the third. All of that stuff has been put back into the social media because Akademiks commissioned Akademiks TV, which is the Grand Wizard chat guy, to slander Charlemagne because Akademiks was like, if you're my enemy, then I'm going to destroy you. So at that point, that page is used for hit pieces. So now that we're all caught up, you understand what Akademiks TV does. It is 10 times worse than any shade room, anything, because it's not to report anything. It is to attack and slander, and it does it very well. Akademiks is going to say in this clip, we are on Jay-Z's ass, but if he would have paid us, he wouldn't have to worry about it. This is what Akademiks is saying in this clip. Okay? You got to understand what's going on. So let me play this clip, and this is why it's important, because Akademiks is openly confessing to all kind of shit that you can deduce yourself, right? You can deduce yourself. Here we go.
Y'all need to.
By the way, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. Grant is one of the most powerful niggas in media. Niggas, you know, when I was telling Charlamagne, I was like, I was trying to put Charlamagne on the phone with Grant. I was like, yo, listen, y'all gotta squash y'all beef because if Grant, you can't go up against Grant, bruv. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, you can't.
Apologize and stop harassing. Leave this nigga alone. He's a demon. Just saying.
And last thing I'll say too, I seen this one comment and I actually agree with it. I think the worst thing that Jay-Z and them niggas over that side didn't do, same with Kendrick, is successfully recruit me, Grant, and the squad on their team. Imagine if we was rocking with them. Cause we the only opposition that put up any challenge to what they got going on. And we giving them hell. They say we're MAGA funded, we're giving them hell. You get what I'm saying? We have Jay-Z on stage with his head picked out, talking about I'm beefing with the top of the government. No, you not, nigga. You beefing with Grand Wizard Chat, nigga, bro. Stop it. Yo, somebody gotta tell it. Bro, you're beefing with Grand Wizard Chat, nigga, bro. It's a
Okay, hold on. Before I finish that clip, you gotta understand what Akademiks is saying right here, right? Akademiks is openly saying that most of your opposition and Kendrick's opposition online is Grand Wizard Chat N-word guy, right? Which is Akademiks TV. And he said, imagine if they had got with us, which means paid us. He said, we're the only ones out here doing the damage to you. We're your biggest ops. Then he insinuates, if you would have got with us, which means paid us, we would do it the other way around. Or we would leave you alone because they're not going to attack Drake under no circumstance. They wouldn't be doing any of this stuff that they're doing if they were to get with us, which is pay them. Let me let it finish.
Reason why you have like 3 PIs outside his house. It's okay. You're beefing with Grand Wizard Chat, nigga. That's it. You're not beefing with no MAGA, nigga. Like, yo, whatever, yo, listen. That's it. Like, yo, y'all start fucking with me from way back. You know what I mean? You know, Grand beef is my beef. My beef is Grand beef. You know what I mean? I can't.
Every time he says
for anybody who be having a problem with Grand, I can't pick y'all over Grand. Grand, like, just like how y'all got your own team, Grand like my day one man. You feel me? Like, if Grand load up the car and be like, yo, we about to shoot at these niggas, I bet. All right, cool. Emptying the clip. That's my nigga. You feel me? Like, that's my squad. So it just is what it is. But yeah, no. I think the worst thing Jay-Z and them did, they should have tried to just, like, you know, sweeten the favor with Grant and them. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because sometimes I look up, I'm like, yo, Jay and them getting a beating from Grant, man. Yo, I don't even know where Grant get these videos from now.
Let me pause it right there. You got to understand what he's saying. Grand Wizard is allowed to run amok. Akademiks is impressed with how vicious Grand Wizard, because Grand Wizard sits there day in, day out, thinking of slander, finding old things to say and do online. Akademiks doesn't even control this guy anymore. He does anything he wants. Akademiks had to call. Okay, so let me explain what happened. Drake and SZA are still cool, right? When this Kendrick thing happened, they started to launch attacks against SZA. It upset SZA. I think SZA had just did a song with Drake. She was on his album, right? I think this was right around the time, right before the battle started, or something like that. Around that time, and they were launching into attacks for whatever reason, and Grand Wizard started to attack SZA, and he wrote some really heinous stuff. She got to crying or whatever it was, and somehow, some way, either she called Drake or got back to Drake. Drake hit. This is out. I'm not making this up. This is out of Akademiks' mouth, gang. Okay, this is out of Akademiks' mouth. So she hit up Drake. Drake hit up Ak. Ak hit up Grand Wizard and said, "Yo, take down the SZA stuff because Drake wants you to." And he took it down, gang. This is Akademiks' mouth, gang. He doesn't control Grand Wizard runs carte blanche, does what he wants. And I'm gonna get to the super chats, right? I see you. I'm gonna get to that. So he can't even control this guy. I need you to understand what's going on. Akademiks six him, and he just goes buck wild in his with no. There is no pause button, and Ak in this video is completely impressed with that. Okay, he's completely impressed with what the Grand Wizard is able to cook up. It impresses him. So let's continue. It's almost over. There's only a couple seconds left, but I need you to understand what you're hearing. Akademiks is giddy gumdrops that this guy is so effective at destroying people, and he's pretty much hiring. He's licensing him out for hire right now, right? He's basically saying, if you get with us, you get what you pay for, because this guy's an attack dog. And this is the #1 voice in, allegedly, in hip hop media, according to Complex. Let me finish.
Yo, Grand will find these Yo, he's giving J&M a beating, bro. I see why they sending Charlamagne to say, yo, I think MAGA is funding it. No, nigga. It's coming from Grand Wizard chat, nigga, bro. He's giving belt to ass. Now y'all just finding out the power of niggas. I'm sorry.
So, yes, I just have one thing I want to preface this conversation with. Hey, Jay, I heard you like him young, bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. First of all, let me explain to y'all. Yes, I'm a fucking Drake fan, so suck my dick. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about.
All right, so that's enough for that. So, end of the day, right? Akademiks is showing some nonsense. Some guy in a shiesty, of all things. Why are you in a shiesty? Talk about Jay, right? All right. So let's start there. He's in a poo shiesty talking about Jay for whatever reason. We're gonna get to that. I mean, we're not gonna get to that, okay? But I just wanted you to see. I wanted you to see the level of treachery that this guy Akademiks literally, like, you could have got with us, Jay, and this wouldn't be happening. I need you to understand what's going on. Akademiks is telling you, if you pay me, everything stops. If you pay me, everything stops. This is media. I don't think I got much else to say about that. I'm gonna leave that there. Let you guys decide. I need to cleanse my palate right here. I want to talk about some hip hop. I want to talk about Kendrick becoming a triple platinum selling artist. He already done this stuff, but right here, let me get to my guy EQ's page, right? Salute to EQ. I want to bring his thing up and play his clip. This guy does great work. You should go over there and check out this clip he put up. It says Kendrick Lamar does 600K in pure sales, making the album triple platinum. I want to play. It's only it's a short clip. It's 5 minutes, but I want to stop and talk about it because it's such a interesting topic. Before we get out of here, Kendrick going triple platinum, 600,000 pure sales, and believe it or not, the guys on the side of the bubble bath rapper are trying to say something wrong with physical sales, gang. It's getting to the point where you can't do anything right. K Dot having physical sales now is some kind of problem. Physical sales. That is something they're trying to disparage now. Gang, I can't make this stuff up. It can't be just good job, bro. You did it. It got to be something where they have to figure out a way that it's bad and wrong. This is the world we live in, right? This is what I'm trying to tell Jay-Z when he was like, I don't think I like what you guys did to Drake. I'm like, gang, the world is different, gang. And they kind of made it like this. We didn't ask for it. It is what it is. So let me bring up the homie EQ, right? I want you guys to see this because it's a good story. It's a good story. All right. Salute to the homie EQ. Head on over to his page. Make sure that you support. All right. Let me close some of these windows. Gang, I got a big ass screen. So if you see me looking up, it's because I'm looking at the top of the screen. All right. So this is Yo EQ TV. Salute to the homie. I always report on his stuff, right? And this clip is interesting. And I think you're going to find it interesting. Let me play it.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us returning to the Spotify charts, with it now approaching nearly 700 days on the charts, plus GNX officially selling 600,000 copies in pure sales, making it now 3 times platinum. And we're also going to cover some news and reactions on the Jay-Z freestyle hysteria and also what's next, including Jay-Z allegedly gearing up to take the gloves off at his Yankee Stadium show, and Drake stans are still crashing out about something that they say is very meaningless. First and foremost, let's congratulate Kendrick Lamar on some very awesome feats. Not Like Us has been and is one of the biggest phenomenons that hip-hop honestly has ever seen. And let me know in the comments if you guys also agree. But this is a record that the whole world connected to, and no amount of botting allegations from Drake stans is going to convince me otherwise. We saw it in 4K, the real social impact, fans around the world making it their anthem and motto, droves of fans gathering around murals of Kendrick Lamar in cities around the world, and filling out stadium after stadium on another record-breaking tour.
Fact.
And I absolutely feel so freaking blessed to have witnessed 2 of those shows. One stateside over in LA and a second over in Mexico City. And guys, it was truly one of my favorite musical experiences of all time. And
it was a great show. I saw K Dot and SZA up in Boston. I documented that. People that have watched this channel for a while, you already know that I loved that GNX show. Me and wifey went. I did a video. I put the video up of highlights from the show, and then for a time it was good. The video was doing well, 8,000-9,000 views, and then they came, UMG came and yapped that shit down. They made me delete the whole video. I got a copyright strike, my first and only copyright strike in history. I got it for posting Kendrick content. Ironically, gang, I can't make this up. I got my first copyright strike for posting videos from the Kendrick concert. I do with that information what you will.
And that's a lot coming from a person that's been signed in the industry for 5 years now. And people were chanting every song word for word, phrases coined that became part of the lexicon. Definitely let me know in the comments some of your favorite moments from Not Like Us. And it's not just Not Like Us in the news, guys. GNX just cleared 600,000 again in pure sales, now making this project triple platinum. And you guys have probably all seen that the stands are already pushing the narrative that Drake's 13K in pure sales isn't a metric that people should actually judge him by, but these people love to throw numbers and sales in their arguments routinely, claiming that Kendrick Lamar needed vinyls and physical copies to do it. How are you sliding somebody for selling physical copies of their music? If Drake...
Gang, you can't make it up. They had an issue with bundles. They had an issue with merch. Now they got an issue with selling physical copies. Gang, I can't make this shit up.
was that great of a businessman. He should have known, especially with a 2-year rollout, to get physical copies pressed, man. So who's that on? It's obviously on Drake and his team. You can't blame Kendrick Lamar or anyone else for not having these projects pressed in time for this, again, rollout that has been going on for like 2 years now. And I absolutely want to pose this question to you guys. But what do you guys think happens to the sales of this project if Not Like Us was actually included in this project? Because, yeah, again, this is probably one of the biggest songs of the last decade, if not the biggest song of the last decade.
Facts.
For me, it's definitely the most impactful. And I'm absolutely convinced that these people will also try to downplay CD sales and omit the fact that the weight streams are worth constantly go up. And the thing with Iceman is how many people listened to just see if there were any disses, obviously there was plenty, or just out of plain curiosity. And I'm pretty sure most of those people likely weren't running to buy a physical copy, but again, let me know if I'm wrong. And as far as the developments in Jay-Z news, people are projecting Jay to drop another freestyle. Again, let me know in the comments if and who he disses, and I would definitely bet money.
And that's the thing, before I let him finish that, I don't know if Drake even got the physical sales of his stuff for this Iceman were abysmal. He didn't have many. I think it was like 11,000, right? It was very low. And they're blaming it on he wasn't ready with the vinyls and this, that, and third. And that's what EQ is saying, that he wasn't. I don't know many fans of Drake that are really gonna buy vinyls. You got to think vinyls is an intimate thing, right? Some of them will buy it, or like CDs, this, that, and third, but most of his people are stream driven. They're Spotify. They click Spotify play. That is a stream driven of all fan bases. That is the most stream driven one. So I don't know if they even are considering doing a lot of vinyls and this, because you need diehard vinyl, like a fan base that really wants to support you. Streams are free. People can just literally go stream for free. That's what you can do. So the people that buy vinyls and buy CDs, that's a different kind of animal, and they're not necessarily the streamer crowd. They're going to stream here and there, but they want their stuff physical. And most of we're not going to. I don't think he's going to get that with that fan base. So I don't know how much they're even going to prioritize that. Let's just be honest.
He's going to have some type of big moment at these shows. I mean, it's at Yankee Stadium. He did what he did over at the Roots Picnic. What do you guys think he does at Yankee Stadium? Now, Jim Jones is saying that Jay-Z spared everyone, including Drake, obviously, but he believes that Jay is going to be upping the ante at his shows at Yankee Stadium. And I know the stands keep...
Jim Jones came to his senses, and finally, I'm going to do a video about that. He may have redeemed himself with that comment.
Trying to say that this freestyle fell flat, but how can you really believe that? This freestyle has literally taken over the hip-hop conversation for the last 4 days, now going on 5, and it'll probably be 6 days. And can you imagine the discussion after this supposed nuke at Yankee Stadium? Drake stands were posting that the jig is up or making fun of Jay-Z, and then as soon as Jay-Z responds, which is what you do in hip-hop, you get this, you respond, no matter what age you are. They now want to go and brush it under the rug, more than likely because they're in fear, because they have developed some sort of PTSD. Because we have even seen people like What's the Dirt literally say they do not want to relive the last 2 years that Drake had. They were atrocious, guys. This is hip-hop, right? And this is what a rap battle is, man. You diss somebody, you might get dissed back. But I really don't think that you can call Jay-Z a clout chaser and unworthy for just responding. Egregious, I know, but let me know in the comments how you guys feel about that. So enough dilly-dallying.
So listen, head on over to Yo EQ TV, sign up, support, and become a member, all this, that, and the third, all right? So what I wanted to show you that was, for one, just the dot info, right? What we got from the dot info from EQ is that 600,000 in pure sales, right? A lot of physical sales, a lot of physical things were moved still for an album that's GNX, that's 2 years old. They're still buying and streaming and selling and doing things for that album. And Not Like Us is back on the charts. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, gang. So what's happening is the fans are speaking, right? The fans are still speaking that they prefer that song and that album, okay? And salute to K-Dot. I'm most likely going to do a videos. I am getting back to the videos, gang. It's just been a very busy week, but I am getting back to just regular videos. All right. I can't even get to the chats. This thing won't scroll up any further to the super chats, but I'm going to go to the backup and check out the super chats, which is the phone. Salute the Beast Nation with the super chat. Mind you, Flocka is a flat earther. Let's not forget, these are the kind of people, gang, flat earthers and MAGA, they weren't hand in hand. Let's just be honest. And the guy, you'll get a flat earther in here and be like, Challz, do your research, right? It'll be some guy in here talking about Challz. You don't have all the information. You're spreading misinformation that the earth is round. This is the kind of people we talking about. Let me continue, gang. Ron Stewie, salute Ron. Where is all this power? Waka Flocka he's not as relevant as you're giving him. He's referring to me saying Waka Flocka has power. Well, when you have a name, right? And you are a rapper with a name, they can use it, even whether it's big or small. It's on Fox News. They put his name up on the header. They published the article. Tommy Lauren thought he was, big enough to put him on her new podcast. The first black rapper to support Trump, so openly support Trump on her podcast. So it's not necessarily he's dripping with all this, overt power, but he does have a level of influence. All right, Ron, thank you for the super chat, Ron. I appreciate you. All right. So end of the day, Waka Flocka is not like, wielding some sword, right? Jay-Z level of power, but he does have some form of influence, okay? And the end of the day, we're just watching the wheels come off, gang. We're watching the wheels come off, and we're watching people actually kind of jump out here misinformed, right? And without you clearly can tell Waka doesn't have a grasp on the situation. He doesn't vote, doesn't want to, never votes. He still thinks he's getting rich because this guy's in office, right? Doesn't care about the economy. This is what that kind of side fosters. Self-preservation. It's never about the people. It's always about, I can do more for myself and my business. It's not a thing where you care about others. That's what that side fosters, that kind of stuff. It's not a society thing, it's a me thing. So Waka's in that bracket where he's only caring about himself. He only caring about me, right? And so he doesn't care that black unemployment is up. He doesn't care about all the people who got fired from the government, the black people who got fired from the government that went to work every day and did their job. But since this guy came in with this whole mind frame that DEI is this, that, and the third, as last I checked, it was 300,000 black people got fired for that. 300,000. So that was last year. So this is why I don't talk about this shit too much, right? So because end of the day, it's people not even listening. You got people like Waka not even listening. They run with the narratives of the other side and they spew it. And they say stuff like, oh, I learned how to diversify my portfolio, shit like that. What did that do for us as a whole? Okay? End of the day, man, listen. We got to just do what we doing. You got Akademiks who is on that side as well, out here openly attacking and spewing hate. If he likes you or if you pay him, you don't get the business. If he don't like you or you don't pay him, he's all over you, and he's sending the Grand Wizard chat guy to dig up everything out of his hard drive and pull up all these things. And you saw Ak smiling and laughing at the guy with the poo shiesty, right? Say your opinion. What you need a poo shiesty? Imagine me coming on here every day in a poo shiesty, right? But he's gonna crash out on Jay-Z in a poo shiesty mask. Right? This the nonsense I'm talking about. And Akademiks is giddy gumdrops watching that. Giddy gumdrops. Can't hold his laughter in. That's the kind of stuff that they enjoy. Okay? So, end of the day, man, listen. 5th show in the books. The morning show. This is where we are. 5 days a week, gang. I know you guys had your doubts, as did I, right? As did I. But 5 days a week, 8 a.m. Eastern time, right? I know a lot of you are over there on the West Coast, and it's 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, but you guys are still rocking. Anytime I see from LA, it gives me joy, right? I see from the UK, God knows what time it is over there. We getting South Africa in the chat live, so I appreciate you. People from everywhere, all over the globe, tuning in for the channel, and I appreciate you guys watching. Diego, I see you. Miranda, Rock Jr., Yellow Girl, always in the building. Let me see. Done Deal, Clean Black, C and I see you. Miss Hummus, Jinxie, K Mega, OGT Bella. Listen, man, it's getting busy. Elevated Games. Listen, I appreciate you guys waking up with me. I hope you guys had a great show. I hope you learned something, or I hope you got something out of the stream. All right. I will not be streaming over the weekend, but I will be making some videos. There's a lot to talk about, gang. I'm probably gonna drop 2-3 videos. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental US. They do good work over there. All right. Tap in with my guy over there. Also, Wednesday nights we go live on the What Show. Me, TJ, and Flares, 9:15, 9:30. I didn't go this week because, as you know, or maybe not know, I went over to Culture United with the company, man. Go check out that episode. That was on Wednesday nights. That's the only thing about Culture United. It clashes with my own show, the What Show. So anytime you see me on Culture United, that means I wasn't able to do the What Show, right? But it is what it is. So I went over there. My two besties over there, L and BK, right? Company man was there. Chuck Fizzle, I believe it was named, and D1 B. We had a great conversation. All right, tap in, lock in, and watch that. Also, I got a Patreon, right? Over 200 members on the Patreon already. You can sign up for free over there. I also do content for subscribers. So lock in on the Patreon over there. There will be a new Patreon video up tonight, right? It's a lot to talk about. I got a new series I got called Legendary Interviews. That is dropping today. Right? And my first guest on that is TJ Soares, right? My guy TJ Soares is an engaging interview. I need you guys to watch that. That will be dropping at some point today because his album drops today. He's dropping an album today. I believe it's called They Counted Me Out. Okay, so that interview is already cut, edited, and ready to drop. I'm going to drop that today at some point. Look for that. And last but not least, we got a new video. It's called Peanut Butter Tims. Peanut Butter Tims, right? Most of you seen it, but if you haven't seen it, it's in my videos on my Challz Brown YouTube page. Just search in the search bar. Watch that video. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. That's off the What Project. We got 3 videos off that project already, and I'm about to shoot a 4th video, right? Probably this week coming up. But Peanut Butter Tims is on my channel. Watch that. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think. And we got that album, The What Project, streaming on all platforms. All right. Run it up on the Spotify, this, that, and the third. All right. Listen, man. We got a lot of fighting to do. It's a lot of nonsense going on in this world. This is why I'm always fighting. I'm about to do my next video. I'm probably going to drop. It's going to probably drop today. Is they think I'm a hater, right? It's because I'm always fighting. There's so much nonsense going on. I'm always fighting, and they getting in my comments now. They like, Challz, why you always hating, man? You a hater, man. Do some positive shit, this, that, and the third. So I'm going to do a video addressing that because I got a new shirt coming. Someone put in the comments of that Culture United, and I'm making this into a motto, the shirt. And they said it. They probably didn't even know that I saw it, but I saw it, and it was a great comment. It says, criticism is not hate. I'm criticizing these guys. And it's called hate now, but it's not hate. It's criticism, okay? That's all I got to say, gang. Listen, I appreciate you guys locking in. Thank you for watching. And I got the new intro. I like to leave with the intro, right? So I'm going to play the intro beat, and we're going to get out of here, gang. All right? So I'll catch y'all on that flip side. Thank you for watching. Right? Have a great day. And I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window. I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too. Slide your feet over. Everything by this window. I need this. All these seats. Move over. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Look. He deserve it, he got, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the